Welcome to today's video. In this video, I'm going to be taking you on a personal tour of one of the most affordable new construction communities in Vail. Today we are at Rocking K Ranch, which is a huge master plan community in Vail, Arizona, just outside of Tucson. And we're going to look at some pretty amazing things today, including this model home built by DR Horton that is right behind me. Make sure you stick around and watch this video all the way through because I'm going to be talking about prices, what's upcoming in Rocking K Ranch, as well as some incredible incentives that this particular builder is offering that you're not going to want to miss. Let's jump in. Hey, I'm Rich, and if this is your very first time to the channel and you want to know everything that there is to know about lifestyle, real estate, and new builds in Tucson and the surrounding areas like Vail, then you have come to the right place. Make sure you subscribe for more content and tap the little bell for notifications so you can be the very first to learn everything that you want to know. Now, first up, I just want to talk a little bit about Rocking K Ranch. This community really hit its stride back in the 2020 time frame. We started to see a lot of construction starting to develop here, and now there are numerous builders out here, DR Horton being one of those. And this is actually one of the most affordable builders in the area, not just for Rocking K, but all of Vail. So if you're considering Vail, this is definitely something that you're going to want to put on your list to check out, because if you're anything like me and a lot of the people that we work with, affordability is a big topic. If you can get a great quality construction house for the most affordable price, then why not, right? A little bit about where I'm standing. The sales office is directly across the street from this park. You do have the main mailbox cluster there, as well as the entry to this particular community. There is so much building that is yet to be done in Rocking K Ranch. And if you're watching this video, we are still at such the beginning phases of Rocking K Ranch. If you've watched some of my other videos, you've heard me talk about this. From my appraisal experience, having worked in real estate for over 15 years here locally, I've seen what happens when big master plan communities like this start and buyers end up buying in the early phases. And then what happens after 7 to 10 years of that development continuing. It usually means quite a bit of equity accumulated for the homeowners who bought in the earlier phases. So if you're someone who wants to buy a beautiful house in a great area, enjoy it, and have all of the benefits of a ton of appreciation over time, then Rocking K Ranch is probably a great opportunity for you. So feel free to grab all my contact information out of the description. You can call, text, email. You can even schedule a free Zoom consult for us to meet face-to-face. Whether you live in Tucson, whether you live anywhere else in the country or anywhere else for that matter, I'd love to meet you and be a resource, share my expertise of over 15 years helping buyers and sellers in the local Tucson market and surrounding areas. Now, the Rocking K community is a very large master plan community. Right now, there's between 4 and 6 builders. That's gonna change over time. Some will stop, others will open up. And there is just a huge emphasis in this community on being neighborly. There's just so much community events and so much to offer. They have a calendar, a lifestyle calendar. Every month there's several events with kids, focused around holidays, outdoor activities. It's just amazing. If you're looking for something that has an incredible neighborhood feel, then this is definitely a community that you're going to want to check out. I'm looking at the map here. They've got a movie in the park. They've got a festival of lights. They have Vail Fest, a practice El Tour de Tucson training ride, which is the big bike race that happens every year in Tucson. They've got yard decorating contests, another movie in the park. They've got a movie in the park almost every month. They've got a football celebration, caroling and hot cocoa and s'mores. So arts and crafts, family fun and Santa photos. They've got a ton of stuff to do to keep you and the family occupied. Or if you just like to be involved in the community, you like to be involved in things, meet your neighbors and socialize, this is a great community for that. It really is built around that with walking paths and bike paths. There's parks and community centers, really everything that you would want right within the community, as you would expect from a huge master plan community like this. So as I mentioned, behind me is one of the floor plans, one of the 6 floor plans that DR Horton is building out here. And as I mentioned in this video already, this is one of the most affordable options in new construction in the entire Tucson area, to be honest with you, but definitely in Vail. So if you're looking for some locations, you want to go new, you want to explore that as an option, this should definitely be one that's at the top of the list. DR Horton I've worked with for many, many years. Do your own research on builders, but I will tell you this. If you look at any builder, you're going to find bad reviews. If you look at any builder, you're going to find great reviews. So I personally can speak from my experience. I know that they build a quality home. We have a lot of buyers who opt for a DR Horton home. And many of those buyers have been living in that house for 6, 8, 10 years. And there's warranties in place that can take care of anything that comes up. It's rare that there's anything significant, but with a new build, cosmetic stuff can come up over time, whether it be nail pops that pop through the drywall, settling cracks in some of the drywall. That's all very normal. And a lot of that cosmetic stuff is expected. And builders like DR Horton step up with their warranty program to make sure that they address that. Do your own research so that you feel comfortable, but this is an example of a builder that's got a great reputation in Tucson. I personally have worked with many, many times, and buyers tend to be very happy with the product that they provide. Now, like I mentioned, there's 6 floor plans that they offer here, and they do range in price from about $365,000 up to $365,000 up to $432,000. Now, at the time of me recording this, which is December of 2024, those prices may have changed. Almost certainly over time they will. So if you want an updated look at price, because you may be watching this later in time, just comment price and I will grab the updated prices, and I can send you the updated current incentives because those will change as well. All right, so first up is this floor plan that they have here is the Gavin floor plan. 1,815 square feet. It is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. And let's take a look inside and see what this has to offer. So this is the entryway as you come in the house. As you can see, you've got bedrooms and bathrooms. This would normally be the garage, so this would actually be closed. But I'll turn you around here. So I'm standing at the front door. I can take these sunglasses off now. And you've got a nice entryway that I just came in. Again, keep in mind, this open space behind me would actually be a wall. You've got the sales office that's in here. I'll pop in here and say hi to one of the sales reps. This is Joan. This is someone that you might meet when you're coming in here.
Hi.
Yeah.
Come on by, check us out.
Yeah, so she'll be here to greet you and answer any questions that you might have. This would normally be the garage that I'm standing in right now. Right there, they have it set up as the sales office, so that'll kind of help you get oriented where we're at in the house. But let's take a look. Let's start to look a little bit further into the common area, because that's the most exciting part of any house: kitchen, dining room, living room. This house being 1,800 square feet is very nicely set up. It feels very roomy. And this is actually one of their most popular floor plans. We actually just helped a client, first-time home buyers, purchase this exact floor plan, oriented the opposite direction, so it's a mirror image of this, and they absolutely love it. Just had their first kid, and actually their son is about 2 weeks younger than my youngest daughter that was born just a couple months ago. So kind of fun to talk with them, not only about real estate, but everything else that's happening, just becoming a parent and all the stuff that happens when you've got a newborn in your house. Those of you with kids who have experienced that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So a look at DR Horton finishes. You've got an awesome open kitchen. They went with kind of contrasting cabinets, so gray cabinets with this white quartz gas range oven with a microwave above it. Very nice. And the cool thing about this setup is that you've got all of your common areas kind of in a row. So if you like to entertain, if you have a big family, you're all congregating in this area, and it's very common that this is where the majority of the traffic is going to be. So it's set up nicely. If you have little kids, you can keep eyes on them. If you have teenagers, you can keep eyes on them. It's nicely oriented so everybody can enjoy the space, has plenty of separation between all the spaces. And I really like this tile plank flooring. This is definitely a flooring that is more and more common nowadays. And this is tile. I'll turn you around so you can check it out. Ample size dining room table, easily fits 6 people. That might even be expandable. You probably could fit an 8-person table there. So you've got 9-foot ceilings throughout. You got nice natural light coming through that big sliding glass door in the back, as well as some of the windows on the side of the house here. One of the features that I kind of wanted to show you about this particular floor plan, which I like, obviously all of the common space being located in the line here, but it has a huge pantry. For a house that's 1,800 square feet, to have a pantry this size, if you've got kids or you like to cook, this is definitely a must-have because it holds a lot. And I mean, I've never had clients complain about too much storage. That is not on the list of complaints that I've heard of. Storage closet, kind of a linen closet as you come off of the entryway, but it just feels very open. You've got a ton of room to walk here. It's not going to be bottlenecked if you've got people that you're entertaining or a big family. You got Christmas celebration going on, the family's all hanging out. You could be serving from this kitchen area here, and I don't think you're going to have a bottleneck because you've got a good 6 to 7 feet in between the kitchen and this wall here. They even actually put this little bench seating area right off the entry as you come in the front door, which is kind of cool, kind of a stop and drop, sit there, put on your shoes, take off your shoes, whatever the case may be. So very, very slick, common area. And I guess we'll start with the primary bedroom first, all the way at the back of the house. Let's go take a peek. So most new builds standard are going to come with carpet in the bedrooms. So as you can see, there's carpet here. This is a primary bedroom. Looks like this is a king size bed. Cool light fixture. That gold color is starting to come back. If you watch enough of my videos or other new build tours, you're gonna start to see those light fixtures, those gold light fixtures from the 90s are starting to come back. They're a little bit different though. They're not that like super glossy, shimmery gold. It's kind of like a brushed gold. I could take it or leave it. I mean, sometimes it looks really good, other times not so much. I don't know, what's your take? Leave it in the comments. Are you into the brushed gold? Does that look coming back? Do you support that? Or is that gonna be another fad that disappears soon? Here's a look at the primary bathroom. I went with a nice stacked tile surround in the shower. Deep shelves for storage behind the door. I recently made a video talking about upgrades from the builder that I recommend for my 15 years of being an appraiser. The upgrades that I recommend you take advantage of from the builder that I see play the biggest part in resale value down the line, 6 to 10 years down the line. For most people, I think that that's really important because not only do they want the house that makes them happy and that fits their needs, but also they appreciate that they can have information to help protect their investment long term and help them capture as much appreciation as possible. So go check out that video. I'll leave the link in the description. Here's a look at the closet. Here is the throne. Wow, what an entry too. Look at that. Wow. That's like, you gotta put 5-yard, 10-yard lines in here. That's quite the walk. Put a little red carpet down every time. I don't know. If you're into that, you can make it something special, you know? So moving on, we're gonna head to the front of the house now. Hi. No worries. Headed to the front of the house now. We'll go check out, check out some of the bedrooms. So laundry room, bedroom is over here. Laundry room off of the kitchen and common area. Washer, dryer, little shelf, pretty standard setup here. Most builders do have an option for cabinets built in above the washer, dryer. Here is a look at one of the guest bedrooms. Set up for a kiddo. Kind of cool, space theme. So bedroom sizes in this model, I would say they're on the smaller side. You know, again, for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square foot house, the bedrooms can't be expected to be huge. Thanks to COVID, a lot of what's necessary in terms of bedrooms have changed. Before COVID, 3-bedroom, 2-bath was very common. And to be honest with you, that was pretty acceptable for most buyers. Now what we find is most households have at least one home office. So the 3-bedroom is still necessary, but now they have a home office on top of that. So the 4-bedroom is necessary. That's kind of the new standard. And if I'm being honest, these bedrooms are adequate, but they are on the smaller side for sure. Primary bedroom's pretty good size. That bedroom seemed like it was good for a kid's room. It'd be kind of tight to fit a queen in there. We'll take a look at this next bedroom here. These might be similar sized room. This gives you a look at what it would look like with a queen in here. Joan, do you happen to know if the bedrooms, all the guest bedrooms, are the same size? About 10 by 10? Okay. Okay, 10 and some change. So I just asked Joan, the sales associate here. So she said that they're all approximately 10 by 10, which honestly, in a lot of the spec builders, that is a pretty standard size. So it's adequate. You can fit a queen in there, much like they did here, or even a full. You've got nightstands at both sides, little chair, closet. So you got everything that you need. Smaller side, yes. Functional, yes. Did you guys need to get in here? Okay. Here's a look at the bedroom on the front. Cool wallpaper design. Light, bright, fun. Check out that light fixture. I don't know if I'm a light fixture nerd or not. I tend to point those out, but it's kind of a cool one. They've got these nice 5-panel doors throughout, which usually the 5-panel doors are an option for most builders. Sometimes they do come standard. At this particular community, I'll verify with Joan real quick. Find out. Let's go take a look at the back real quick. Let's find out what a yard in this community looks like. Now this one is landscaped. It's got a little water feature in the back. Keep in mind, very typical when you buy a new build, your backyard is going to be just dirt. It will be graded, so all of your drainage you won't have any issues with drainage. They'll grade the yard so that it's taken care of and everything drains away from the house so it doesn't cause any issues. Decent sized yard. You know, for a lot of the production style homes that you're gonna find in Rock and Kay, or really anywhere for that matter, this is a very standard size backyard. I have seen bigger, I've seen smaller. So definitely something to consider. Gives you a little bit of an idea of the space. You got this nice turf area, dogs, kids, lounging, outdoor game nights, you know, sunbathing, whatever the case may be. You got a nice little patio space, could put a fire pit there. This is an example of what they would consider a view fencing lot. So they've got this wrought iron towards the rear. You've got some of the most spectacular mountain views of any community in Southern Arizona here in Rocking K. So you're getting a glimpse of what the natural desert landscape will look like. That is the main thoroughfare running through and loops around Rocking K Ranch. You'll see, but this is an example of the mountain terrain. There's incredible hiking, camping, exploring in those mountains. So you're a quick drive away to some of the most incredible outdoor experiences and lifestyle you could imagine. So if you're an outdoors person, definitely something to check out. So just wanted to run through a little bit more of what this community has to offer in terms of the actual floor plan. So there's 6 floor plans. They range from the smallest being approximately 1,423 square feet, and the largest being 2,396 square feet. They do have that bigger option. They have 2 options with a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom. One of those is a single story, the other is a 2-story home. All 2-car garages, and like I said, currently the prices range between $365,900 all the way up to $431,900. So when you compare that to prices for new builds really anywhere in Tucson, this is going to be one of the most affordable options that you can get. All right, guys, so now that we've taken a look at the model, we just toured the Gavin floor plan, which is one of the most popular floor plans at this particular community. We actually just helped 2 other people buy this specific floor plan, and I don't know whether it always works out this way, but it tends to work out where whatever the community has modeled tends to be their best seller. So I don't really know if that is the builder picks the model that they know is going to do really well there, or whether it's more the opposite, where people tend to favor what they can see, touch, feel, and because it's what's modeled, they feel most comfortable, and that's what they end up selecting. But this floor plan that we just walked through, the Gavin floor plan, is an amazing floor plan, super, super comfortable. I think one of the reasons it's so popular is because it's very open, as you've seen, and it's got a great flow to it. So what I wanted to do now is I wanted to share with you just a little bit more about this community itself. Rocking K, big master plan community, a lot going on and a lot upcoming over the next 3 to 5 years. Even further down the road, thinking 10 years down the line. And there's kind of 2 things that I wanted to talk about just to kind of close out this video. And that is kind of the decision making that each buyer goes through. Having worked with so many buyers over the last 15 years here locally, I really understand this really well. And fundamentally, we've got 2 things at work. We have priority number 1, which tends to be the personal situation, right? So whether you're moving from out of state, whether you're relocating from a different area of town, whether you have a growing family, whether you're looking for more of a price point, whether you're done with maintenance and you're looking for a new build because you don't want any more maintenance, you want the warranties, all that sort of stuff. Whatever life circumstances are, putting you in a position to watch this video and get value from it, that is obviously going to be priority number 1. So that's one thing that I wanted to talk about, and I'll talk about that here through this website, just showing you a little bit more about the community. But the second thing that I think is a very close number 2 priority for most people is this a good financial decision? Let's face it, buying a home is one of the biggest financial decisions, if not the biggest financial decision any of us get to make. So it's pretty imperative that we are right. We've done our due diligence. Like, if you're anything like me and the other people that we've helped, they want to know as much as possible that when they buy a piece of real estate, they're going to end up winning in the end, whether that be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line. So that's the second piece that I'm going to cover. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm also going to cover the incentives that this community is offering currently, and some negotiation that happens just recently that we were able to negotiate for some clients who ended up buying here. So definitely stay tuned for that. Now let's jump into the Oasis at Rocking K website. As you can see, starting from $365,900. Keep in mind, in the new build community, in the new build world, that is always your base price. So typically your total cost of a new build, and I've made several videos talking about this as well. Feel free to go through my videos and find the one where it talks about the hidden costs of new builds. Just understand, simply put, the base price plus the lot premium plus any builder upgrades, that's going to, in total, that will give you your out the door pricing. Now, DR Horton is a builder. I've worked with them for many years, and they tend to build a lot of spec homes. That essentially means that they are pre-specifying what the home will look like. They're picking the flooring, the cabinets, the interior color, the floor plan, the lot. They're piecing and speccing these homes out, and they start building them right away. So they have a large inventory of spec homes, which is an advantage because it takes away a lot of the wait time that you have from going from a vacant lot to a completed home that's move-in ready. So you've already got some of that lead time taken care of. And because of that, they oftentimes, if a builder has a lot of spec homes sitting around, they tend to be a little bit more gracious with negotiations, with incentives. And so DR Horton, you tend to get some pretty good incentives from DR Horton. Now, it's site specific. Rocking K tends to be an area that it's got a lot of future growth planned. And I think that they know that. So there are some incentives, some incredible incentives that they're offering. I'll talk about at the end of this video, but just know that the incentives that they offer, if you're at one community clear across town and you're talking about this community at Rocking K, the incentives are going to be different because locations are different, buyer demographic is different, the inventory that they have is different, price points. So there's just a lot of differences that kind of play into it. There are quite a bit of schools located near Rocking K, which is a big plus, not only for maybe your situation, if you've got some kids that go to school, you work at a school, but also for resale value. Vail has been year over year one of the top rated school districts in all of Arizona. And because of that, that plays a factor when you go to resell a house, whether it's a year from now, 5 years, 10 years from now. That's likely going to continue to be a theme where buyers, a large portion of the buyers that are buying in Vail, have an attraction to the school district for their situation. And so that can definitely help boost the buyer demand and ultimately boost your value as well. So they've got elementary schools, several high schools. They've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, we've got 5 or 6 high schools, a middle school, elementary school. So schools taken care of. I'll walk you through what models they have or floor plans. There are 6 floor plans, and the first one is 1,400 square feet, 1401, as you can see here. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 car garage, and a single story. One of the things that I love about this community is, except for the largest floor plan, 5 of these 6 floor plans are all single story. The reason that I appreciate that is because in communities where you have 3, 4, 5 different floor plans that are all 2 stories, you tend to have more obstructed views. You're seeing a lot of rooftops. You're seeing a lot of sides of houses. So this being a primarily single story home area and community, that's going to be a big bonus because you're going to preserve some of that beautiful natural desert landscape that is such a draw out here. I mean, let's face it, if you're looking at this community, you enjoy some peace and quiet, being off the beaten path, probably are attracted to the views and the beautiful mountains you've got 3, 4 different mountain ranges that you can see from this community. So, that fact that it's a primarily single story community, that's going to help preserve a lot of that view, which is a big bonus. The second floor plan that they've got, 1,536 square feet, the 4 bedroom, 2 bath, which is nice, 2 car garage and a single story. Interestingly enough, as of post-COVID, we saw a big change where pre-COVID, a 3 bedroom, 2 bath was pretty much the norm. 4 bedrooms, there were some buyers that really needed a 4th bedroom, but most buyers were content and a 3 bedroom was totally adequate. Now, post-COVID, what we've seen is usually you'll have at least 1 home office, maybe even 2 home offices. So that's changed that's changed what's been needed. Whereas before, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath was pretty much the gold standard. Now the gold standard is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. And honestly, pre-COVID, a 5-bedroom house in our area, I mean, it was unheard of that somebody needed that. But that is becoming more and more common as we get people relocating from out of state. Maybe that's like you, where they have 1 or 2 home offices, maybe a couple kids, you know, in-laws, multi-generational, you got grandma living with you, whatever the situation is. So for resale, I'm just letting you know, that's a lot of what I wanted to provide in this video as well. Just some context for resale value. The 4-bedroom floor plans are most likely going to continue to be the new gold standard. 3-bedroom, it's not that you're going to have a significant hit to your appreciation over time, but I do believe that we are moving more and more towards a buyer pool where a 4-bedroom is becoming a necessity. And I think in the future, that's going to continue that way. So if you can afford to jump up to the 4-bedroom, 2-bath, I would highly recommend that, because if I was buying in this community, that would be something, using my 15 years of experience, not only as an appraiser, but also a realtor that's helped 400 or 500 people buy houses. That is definitely something that I think is going to boost your resale value for sure. So the Dalton floor plan, 1,536 square feet. The next one is this Gavin floor plan. That's what's modeled that we just walked through. 1,815 square feet, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, single story, beautiful home. We just walked through that one. Next up is 1823, so a little bit bigger. You're not really going to feel the difference. The cool thing is it does have an additional half bathroom for guests. 4-bed, 2.5-bath, 2-car garage, single story. That half bath is going to be really nice if you've got teenagers living with you, if you've got people coming over to visit, if you like to entertain. You know, let's face it, if you've got daughters, I've got 2 daughters, so I know that would, at some point when they're older, that's going to be kind of a necessity to have that 3rd bathroom. Now this is a half bathroom, so it's going to be a sink and a toilet, but still just that extra, you know, toilet and sink is going to make a difference for sure. Now, next from there is the Parker floor plan, 1,914 square feet. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2-car garage, and a single story. So great square footage. You've got that 5th bedroom now that's added on there. So, you know, whether you need an extra office, an extra bedroom, whether you need a study, whatever the case may be, now you're getting into that 5-bedroom and you have a 3rd full bath. Now that's going to be really convenient for larger families, people who maybe they have in-laws that come and stay with them. You know, there's just a lot of flexibility that you get with that 3rd bathroom, and it's going to make the functionality of the floor plan quite a bit higher. Now, the biggest floor plan is their only 2-story floor plan. That's the River floor plan. It's 2,396 square feet, 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2-car garage. Like I said, 2-story. So that gives you a little glimpse at what their floor plans look like here. And just to orient you on the map, I just wanted to show you Rocking K at Oasis. So Rocking K generally takes up this whole area. And a lot of the aerial maps aren't going to be up to date. They're not showing yet the roads and all of the infrastructure that's been built in there. But if we zoom out a little bit, you got Rancho del Lago, which is a golf course community. One of the most popular and sought after communities in Vail. So you're just a short drive away from them. You've got incredible mountain terrain, hiking trails, camping, off-roading, dirt biking, ATV, side by side. You've got this incredible mountain range here, the Rincon Mountains. Then you have the Santa Catalina Mountains here. There's just so much to do. East Tucson, Tanca Verde. You've got Sabino Canyon out here. So Sabino Canyon out here. You've got so much to do outdoors. And if you're like me, I live right in the middle of the city, near the University of Arizona, but I love to escape to nature whenever possible. So I love this community because living right in the city, every time I'm out here, it's quieter. I get some scenery that is way different than the hustle bustle of Tucson, or just living in any city really. And it's gorgeous. So whether you're into hiking, bird watching, camping, whatever the case may be, you should be in paradise out there. You are pretty close to I-10, which is going to be the main thoroughfare east and west that kind of divides Tucson. It's probably going to be about a 30-minute drive to downtown Tucson, which is located approximately here. University of Arizona campus here. And along I-10, you have quite a bit of conveniences. So you've got some of the biggest employers located right off of I-10, Rita Ranch, a very established master plan community, but there is the Raytheon contracting company located here, like 11,000 jobs they're responsible for. So this is a massive employer, one of the biggest in Tucson. We've got home goods, a big home goods supplier here in town. We've got an Amazon warehouse here over by Wilmot, or distribution center, that employs several thousand people. You do have the Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. So that's another huge employer in our area, Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. If you are a vet and you're considering moving to Tucson, your next station is DM. Definitely grab my contact information. I specialize in working with vets. Actually, the last 6 years where I was very active as a real estate appraiser, I worked exclusively with the VA, helping vets secure homes. I know that VA loan process like the back of my hand. So any questions, concerns, anything we need to navigate, I've got you covered. Tucson International Airport is right here as well, so really close to I-10. I mentioned downtown Tucson. You've got lots of golfing. There's some incredible resorts out here, Star Pass area. There's some incredible golfing and resorts out here, Northwest Tucson. Phoenix is going to be continued north down I-10 there. So that just gives you a little bit of a glimpse at where you're at. And yeah, a lot to explore, pretty darn convenient. And Vail itself has changed quite a bit over the last 5 or 6 years. You got a lot of restaurants and commercial infrastructure that has come in, convenience stores, QTs, Taco Bells, fast food, grocery stores, retailers like Ross, TJ Maxx, gas stations. You've got really the core of everything that you need right here. For you Costco fans, just so you know, I mean, who doesn't like Costco? If you're just a short drive away on Keno, you have Costco here. You've got Dave & Buster's. This is probably about 15 to 20 minutes away. Dave & Buster's, a super Walmart, a big gym, and there's gyms that are closer, but this is Planet Fitness here. The other thing that's really cool that I wanted to mention that is really going to play a big part in the development of Tucson and the greater Tucson area over the next 10 years is this sports complex that is going in here. It's called the Mosaic Quarter. It is Tucson's very first $1 billion development, and that's billion with a B. Biggest development that Tucson's ever seen. I made an entire video breaking it down. So make sure you grab that. I'll leave it in the description so you can watch that and get up to date on what the Mosaic Quarter is going to include. But that is a massive sports complex. Anytime there's $1 billion project coming to town, it's going to change things in the area for sure, because that is a ton of privately funded money coming into Tucson. And rest assured, it's going to have an impact on values, demand. It's also going to be the biggest sports complex in the Southwest. So, you know, if you're a sports fan, if you like league hockey, soccer, basketball, badminton, volleyball, I mean, you name it, this is a huge project. Watch the video. I think you'll enjoy it. So as the time of recording this video, the interest rate for a 30-year fixed FHA mortgage with their incentive is 4.5%. With a conventional loan, that is going to be 5.5%. Those are substantially lower, like 1.5% lower than some of the other buyers that are buying a resale that we've recently worked with. Now, these incentives change. So keep in mind, if you're watching this video and you want to make sure you've got up-to-date incentives so that you know what they are and you can kind of calculate that in your plan, comment price or comment incentives so that I know I can look them up, update you real quick, get you all the information that you need. The other thing that's important to note is that in terms of negotiation, who you hire really matters. Not having an agent and going into the site office is not going to do you any favors. It'd be like showing up to court without an attorney. And in this case, Most builders, including DR Horton, do offer a commission to the agent that represents you. Now, they're not required to. However, most of the time, since we work with them so much, that is going to be something that our representation to you, most likely they would pay for. So we can discuss all of that, but why not get yourself high quality representation and the best deal, because we are negotiating tens of thousands of dollars off of these homes for the two people we just helped buy in this community. So if you have any questions at all, grab my contact information below. You can call, text, email, or schedule a face-to-face Zoom meeting so that we can get acquainted that way. And there you have it. Now you know everything there is to know about the Oasis at Rocking K. I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button to help myself and the channel out. We really appreciate that. And as always, I like to end with an important reminder. And today, I've got a quote that goes like this: your today is more powerful than all of your yesterdays combined. Let that sink in. There's a lot of power in that. And until next time, I hope to see you around the neighborhood.